What is the right way to approach outsourcing your wedding video editing? Welcome to our new short form podcast where we just answer your questions. John and I have put together a survey over at howtofilmweddings.com/survey. And one of the questions that we ask is, what is one question that you would like John or Nick to answer? And here I am answering this one about how you should approach your outsourcing edits, what you should be thinking about. Before I jump into that question, I want to let you know that Mastermind 2024 is right around the corner. It is a year-long program that John and I have put together for wedding filmmakers, bringing in special guest speakers. We're meeting every week via Zoom, and at the end of it, we have this big old party, this big old retreat in Scottsdale, Arizona. If you'd like to sign up, to get on the wait list, to be notified as soon as applications are open, head over to howtofilmweddings.com/mastermind and you can get all the information that you need. So what is the right approach for you to outsource your wedding video editing? As I have been a person that has outsourced for quite a while in my business, and I did it back in 2014 and 15 when I was stressed and backlogged and I just needed to get some stuff off my plate. And then I brought it all back because I wasn't really satisfied with the editors. And then since 2019 or so, I have been using Wedditor on and off, mostly on for the past 4 years or so. And the one thing that I can say, the one thing that I have learned when it comes to my approach to outsourcing and the view that I would have about it is build a relationship with your editor. The only way to build that relationship is to be open with them, to communicate with them. I've talked to so many filmmakers when it comes to their editors, and they're like, man, I can't really tell them how I feel because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt their feelings. Now, there is a way that you can communicate, and you shouldn't try to hurt their feelings, obviously, but the only way that they are going to become a better editor and then edit for you like you want them to is if you are open and honest and you build that relationship with them. Too many times I have seen people that have wanted to outsource, and whenever they started outsourcing, they sent one edit. The edit came back, it was very subpar. It did not meet their standards. And so they were like, okay, you know what, this outsourcing thing just isn't for me. And they didn't give their editor a chance. Or there are people, and I have definitely fallen into this boat in the past, where you outsource an edit and you get it back and then you pass the edit because it's quote unquote good enough. And then you spend a lot of time, it's 60% of the way there. So now you're spending 4, 5, 10, 12 hours fixing it. And then you send your project back to your editor again and you get something back that's very, very similar. Now, I have been in that boat, and I would recommend, if that is you, to communicate and build that relationship. You're not going to be able to have an editor that's going to produce work that you want, that you are proud of, if you are not communicating with them. So the first thing that I would recommend whenever it comes to an editor is to send them quality work that you have done. Send them quality weddings that you have done. Now, I know there might be edits you're like, no, I have to edit this one. This is my baby, this couple, there are certain things that you're like, I just have to do it. But if all you are sending your editor are the ones that are the quote unquote blah weddings, the weddings that you don't really want to edit, the weddings that you are just like, it just didn't go very well. That's kind of the quality that you're going to get back. And that's going to be kind of what they are going to produce because they're only able to make it so good. And if you want them to excel as an editor for you, you need to send them quality work that you have. The next thing that you really need to do is communicate with them. Be very, very specific. When I first started outsourcing with Wedditor, I would make comments like, change this shot, change that shot. I don't like this. Instead of being more specific, I don't want to see the cake before I see the bride getting ready. I don't want this kind of shot, but be more specific about that. I don't like how my gimbal was movement. I don't want shots like that. I don't like that there was a little bit of shake whenever you added warp stabilizer. So either fix it or remove it. Be very, very specific in what you are looking for. Because if you just say, I don't like this, then they might remove that shot, but put in one that's very similar because it could have been maybe just the taste of it or something like that. And then you get it back and you're like, why is this the same level of what it just was? It's because you did not communicate clearly your thoughts whenever it came to the edit. And then the last thing, that I would say is, go long term with it. And by long term, I mean give them multiple edits for them to work with you. Don't just do one here and there. But if you send them, commit to, okay, we're going to do 4 edits, we're going to do 5 edits, we're going to do 10 edits, something like that. Now, over those course of the 5 to 10 edits, you're going to be able to build that rapport. You're going to be able to build that relationship, and hopefully, you're going to be able to get into a groove where your editor is really going to understand and know your style, who you are as a filmmaker, and the type of work that you would like to produce. So if you're really thinking about outsourcing, that's how I would approach it. Think of it as a long-term relationship. Think of it as something that you want to invest in, and think of it as positive time spent. Because again, now you get to remove that 20 to 30 to 40 hours off of your plate from editing a film, and then you get it back and you can either just send it off as is, or maybe you can make some fine tunes to it, some tweaks to it, some little things to it, or maybe color or sound, or something that you really like to do. But building that relationship is going to be a huge success when it comes to outsourcing your wedding films. So that's all I have for this shorter episode. What do you think of these little things? These little 8 to 10 minute episodes. Are you liking them? Let us know. Send us a DM at How to Film Weddings over on Instagram. And again, I want to let you know that we will be opening up enrollment for Mastermind very, very soon, within the next few days. Head over to howtofilmweddings.com/mastermind so you can join the waitlist, so you can be notified as soon as we go live with this year-long program. Thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, we will see ya.